Egg yolk, what is going on with my people who continue to watch this channel, the Chico Army, and any newbie, aka a viewer of the tube. Now I'm going to play this clip, and what do you think it's all about? Riots? Protests? Chaos? Yeah, it was chaos, but because of this.
There's a Vaporeon that spawned right there, so everyone's running.
There's a what there? You tell me
There's a Vaporeon.
You know how we Pokemon go. It's time for Chico Crypto. Wasn't that a rush? 4 years ago, Pokemon Go released in the summer of 2016. It was another summer of euphoria, not in the crypto sense, but nostalgic, take me back to my childhood type of way that burnt out quicker than it came. By the end of the year, the novelty had disappeared for just about everybody. But after this, 2016, came 2017, the year crypto went pop, and at the end of that year, Bitcoin hit its peak of 20K. Now I quote this all the time. The more the things change, the more they stay the same. And what do I mean? 4-year cycles, my friends, and how it's playing out exactly like it did back then. And just guess what was announced just a few weeks back. Another possible viral sensation Pokemon game called Pokemon Unite, which will be available for all mobile devices just like Pokemon Go. And it has bigger backers like Tencent. Now let's relate something. Isn't it just weird for the Bitcoin 4-year cycle that everyone talks about, we should be getting ready to heat up in about a year. And we have a new Pokemon game. Same as when Pokemon Go was released in 2016, about a year till the major heat up. So a Pokemon bull run conspiracy? Well, I just noticed that, and with the way things are acting, it could be just like before. For example, this.
No way.
Oh my God!
Yes, that guy just pulled out a first edition Charizard, which today is worth $55,000. Yes, $55K for that partially foil covered piece of cardboard. And you say Bitcoin can't get back to 20K? Now all of that Pokemon Chico BS is a good long-term conspiracy. But what about short-term? The markets, they were pumping yesterday. We started the morning just below 9K, but once a stonkers opened and started pumping, BTC followed it right up, past 9100, past 9200, and as of shooting this video, getting ready to break 9300. Which is highly important because last week we attempted to break that resistance, but got rejected and got rejected hard. Although we have been settling into a range with BTC average 30-day volatility hitting lows not seen since March of last year, 2019. What happened then? Well, after the sideways March movements, Bitcoin went pop into April and through May, and finally hitting its peak of 14K in June. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Are we getting ready to break out after being stagnant? Are we getting ready to do what Bitcoin did in 2016 after the Pokemon Go viral release? Well, if you didn't know, that year 2016, towards the end of it, Bitcoin tested its old all-time high, hit late 2013, early 2014, that $1,200 mark. And why do I think this could happen once again besides charts, volatility, and Pokemon? Well, the signs are all there that Bitcoin and crypto is not going away and will grasp business and society whether they like it or not. For example, the Bitcoin mining rush going on in Texas. We all know of Whinstone, the mega Bitcoin mine, being utilized by the likes of SBI Holdings, which is nearing completion in the small Texas town of Rockdale. Well, this blog post was put out by that city, the Rockdale Municipal Development District. A small town in Texas turns to Bitcoin mining to survive, in which they covered that this was once an aluminum mining town, but they are saying goodbye to that and hello to cryptocurrency. But Rockdale, Texas is not only Whinstone's home, it's also Bitmain's, as they have moved in and is actually setting up their shop in one of the old aluminum mining facilities. Plus, you have Peter Thiel's backed Layer 1. They just went live with their own operations in Texas, although they have chosen somewhere 100 miles west of Midland, Texas, out in the middle of bumfreak nowhere to get cheap power, not because of fossil fuels like oil and gas, of which Texas is known for, but the cheap wind power in that region. Now I'll tell you that these will be some of the biggest operations in the world and the most powerful Bitcoin mines, and they're all living in Texas. And the investors pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into each of these, some of the smartest and richest people in the world. I doubt if they thought it was going to crash and burn with the rest of the economy, they would be moving like they all are. And then large enterprises wouldn't be looking for blockchain engineers like payment processing giant Visa. They posted looking for someone in their Visa's commercial payments organization. And it's a job posting that says, we're seeking a strong developer experienced with Ethereum and blockchain architecture to be part of a team tasked with building distributed applications. Our ideal candidate has built and released distributed applications, has worked with Ripple, R3, Ethereum, and/or Bitcoin blockchain, and has experience with Solidity. And that right there should get you bullish as can be, because Visa specifically mentions multiple blockchains, but Ethereum seems to be the focus, as Solidity was the only smart contract language mentioned. But this is Chico Crypto, and we cannot be taking things as full-on bullish for no regards of the crap in the space, because there is a ton of it. And there is another thing we have to be wary about on the technical chart reading side of things, and it relates to Bitcoin SV. Going to CoinGecko for yesterday, which coin out of the top 10 had a pump far beyond the others? BSV. So what does this have to do with where the markets will go, Tyler? Well, let's just pull out this chart. And as we can see, starting in late November 2019 and going through the new year, beginning of January 2020, Bitcoin was in a range of 7K to 8K that entire time. But then a pump. I wonder what happened in early January. BSV, it went on a tear, pumping higher than any of the other top coins, from under $100 per to over $400 per coin. Daily 20% plus gains on the way up to that point. So this last time, BSV, it first pumped. Alts then followed, and Bitcoin took some time but eventually followed and then crashed once it got to the 10K level. And then pulling out the top gainers this time, over 24 hours, things look very similar. BSV is top 3, but as we can see, multiple other altcoins also have over 20% daily gains. And then scrolling down and down and down, Bitcoin is way down there, lagging behind a big chunk of everything. So I wonder if BSV pumping is going to be an indicator of a coming pump and then a fatty old dump. I mean, back then the time span of that bullish season was from January to March, 3 months. It's July right now. 3 months away would be October, the fall, and next month would be the general presidential election in the United States. Hot and contested election, market volatility. Then, if we are going to do what we did like last 4-year cycle 2016, I showed we tested the old all-time high earlier of 1200. Well, after a massive dump, from looking to smashing the old all-time high down to $800, a 33% drop. So this isn't a prediction, but I do think it will be hilarious if we test 20K before the summer ends and the fall begins. I'm not saying that is going to happen whatsoever, but the fact that we have a Tether market cap that has increased by over 100% since March, yet look below at the volumes for USDT. The bars are getting lower month by month. Why keep printing if no one's going to be trading it? Well, they will be soon, in my opinion, as I see things getting moving across the board. Where is USDT's power located in? China, as we know, and Bloomberg covered it yesterday. China imposes checks on large transactions after bank runs. What are they gonna do? The Chinese turn even more to crypto this summer. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.